Good evening. Welcome to Wildly Domestic. This week we are going to discuss gardening, indoor gardening. Now, I live in a small apartment and I don't really have anywhere outside that I can put plants. I don't have any sort of windows that have enough space for on the ledge where I could put something there. I don't really have a patio. I don't have much space out front. And also the windows that I do have, there are deep overhangs over them, so I'm not getting a lot of direct sunlight. So it was very difficult for me to find something that I could still grow because I think it's very important to to keep in touch with your food that way and at least have one or two things that you can grow yourself. And it's something, it's something that I'm proud of personally whenever I eat something that I've grown. So two of the things that I've come across that have been great for little indoor kitchen gardens where you don't have a lot of sunlight is sprouting seeds and mushroom kits. Here is my sprouting jar, and as you can see, it's just a plain old ball jar. What I did was way a long time ago when I worked at a health food store when I was younger. I actually bought these lids. And it's kind of a kit, the jar and the lids. And as you can see, the lids have different size holes in the top of them so that while you're in the process of sprouting, you can interchange the lids as you go along. So this week we're going to cover the sprouting aspect. And next week we'll cover the mushroom kits because those are a whole nother fascinating thing in and of themselves. So first, when you start to sprout, like I said, you can either use the jar with the lids, or you can go online and you can buy a sprouting kit because there are special setups that they have like with sprouting gardens and things like that. So, but you're going to want to start with your sprouting seeds. This particular one is from, I ordered it off of Amazon, but the company is called todsseeds.com. I don't know if you could see that right there at the bottom, Todd's Seeds. This is called the Broccoli and Friends Mix. It is organic, and it's a mixture of broccoli sprouts, clover sprouts, radish sprouts, and alfalfa. So you can buy mixtures like this. You can buy straight single seeds, but really you can find sprouting seeds just about anywhere online. They're super easy to find, and also in certain places, your Whole Foods might have them, or your local health food store, or sometimes even your local like garden or home improvement store. But what you're going to want to do is you'll put your sprouting seeds in your jar. Now I usually only put a little bit in because you'd be surprised how much sprouts you get out of just a little bit of seed. So I should be doing exact measurements on this, but I'm not. So I would say I put about 2 tablespoons of sprouts in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with water, and we're going to let the sprouts soak overnight. Or you can let them soak during the day while you're at work. That's usually about 8 to 10 hours that you want to let them soak. And then once they've soaked, you're going to want to rinse them out. At that point, you're rinsing them twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Now, when you do rinse them, you're going to want to position the jar kind of upside down. I mean, I can't do it now because I just put the seeds in here. You're going to want to position the jar sort of upside down at an angle, kind of like that. So that way, the moisture that's in there that you rinsed off the seeds with, it can drain out so they don't get moldy or anything like that. So after about a week, some sprouts can take longer, some sprouts can take less time. But after about a week of rinsing it out in the morning and in the evening, you're going to want to find some sort of source of light in your house to put them by. Because once you start seeing leaves coming out, that's when you're going to want to find the window to put your jar near, because they're going to need the sunlight to create chlorophyll to get green. So for another day or two, you'll put them by the window, and you're still going to continue with the rinsing method, once in the morning, once at night. And then once your sprouts have a nice good green color to them, it's time to harvest. So then you just take them out of your jar. You can store them in your refrigerator in however you choose, a glass container, Tupperware container, plastic bag, even in the jar. I would suggest probably in the jar, because occasionally if you store it in the Tupperware container, they tend to go bad, or not the Tupperware container. I've noticed storing it in plastic bags, it does tend to go bad kind of quickly. And I did have a little bit more shelf life with when I kept them in the jar and just sealed the jar. So yeah, and you can get some beautiful, wonderful green sprouts. And we'll come back in a week and I'll show you what I got. All right, thanks.
Hey there, so this is going on the 4th day for the sprouts that we put in earlier this week. Now, as you can see, they are doing quite well. They have, they've really taken off. There's a lot of, I don't know if you could see that, but there's a lot of leaves in there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change the top out, because you can see the holes are rather small in this one. And the whole purpose of the different size tops is to allow the sprouts to get enough air circulating through, and also to allow any sort of like little husks from the seeds to drain out. So I'm taking off that one, put that in the sink to rinse off later. Then I'm putting on the larger one here. Now the pack I got came with 3 lids. It had, this is the largest one, the red one. The green one was the middle one, and then it came with a really, really fine one for really small seeds that was yellow. So we're going to do our morning rinse. So I'm going to rinse this out. I choose to use filtered water just because, I figure it can't hurt. Maybe it doesn't help, but it can't hurt either. So we're going to rinse this in through here. I'm going to shake that down a little bit so it doesn't, so the water actually has a chance to get in through, because otherwise the sprouts are kind of up near the top of the lid, and we really want the water to be able to circulate through there and really get any sort of, like I said, seed holes or loose bits or anything like that that is floating around. So we're going to give that some good rinses. And sometimes what I do too is a little bit, I might kind of like swish it around and swirl it so it kind of can really get in there into all the different, because as you could see, the sprouts, they get quite packed in together. So I just try and agitate the water a little bit so that way it can try and break it up some and make sure that we're getting everything rinsed out nicely. Alright, that looks pretty good. And now, as I showed you, we are starting to get little leaves in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these, move them, because before I have them over in the corner here, because for the first few days you do want them in a darker place so they can kind of get the thing going. And then once they do start to sprout the leaves, you're going to want to move them to a spot that has indirect sunlight. So as you can see over here, I have a nice window in my kitchen, and I'm going to put the sprouts on a little shelf I have right next to that window. So what I do also is I normally lay either a towel, or a washcloth or a paper towel down below the jar, because like remember what I said in the beginning part, we're going to have the jar sitting at an angle like that. And so of course there's still going to be moisture in here and water, so that way I just put a little bit of something to soak up the water as it drips off, because you don't want it getting all over your counter and getting water spots everywhere. So I'm going to put this over by the window. There we go, it's all set over there now, and we're going to come back in about 2 days and they should be ready to harvest. Alright, see you then. Hey there. So it's the 7th day, it's the end of the 7th day, and our sprouts are ready to harvest. So I already gave them their evening rinse, but I just wanted to show you how pretty and green they've gotten. Look at all that. And they're just about filling up, they really are filling up the jar. It's right up to the top of the lid there. So, since, like I said, since we've got our sprouts completely taken care of, I'm just going to pop them right in the fridge because I found that it is most useful to store them that way. So, again, you know, this is one way to garden and grow your own things when you're living in a small space and you don't have a lot of natural sunlight. And again, you know, you still get a lot of stuff, and these sprouts can definitely go a long way. They go on, I put them on sandwiches, smoothies, all sorts of good stuff. So again, thank you for watching. You enjoy the rest of your evening, and happy gardening. Right, bye.